Prussia was a country that had land both inside and outside the Holy Roman Empire. To make a modern comparison, that would be like if France was half in, half out of the European Union. The HRE was basically a confederation of countries that all swore allegiance to one emperor. You'd think that they were all either inside or out of the Holy Roman Empire. But if you think that, then you're so stupid that you sold your car to buy petrol. Because you'd be wrong. In 1792, 4 countries had land both inside and outside of the Holy Roman Empire. So how did this happen? Well, normally something like this can be explained by just one king was the ruler of multiple kingdoms, but they write them as one country on a map because that's easier. And they effectively acted as the same country anyway. For a while, the Habsburg Empire acted like this until they unified the realms in 1804. And Denmark also acted like this until Prussia and Austria defeated them in the 1860s. So actually, in 1792, only 2 countries were half in, half out of the empire, Prussia and Sweden. At first, Prussia was just 2 kingdoms ruled by the same person, but in 1701, they had united to form one kingdom, which had land not just inside, but also outside of the Holy Roman Empire, which raises so many questions like, where did the tax money go? Who got to conscript troops? So I couldn't find any explanation as to why or how that worked, but I do have an explanation. Keep in mind, this is an educated guess based on what I know about the power dynamics in the Holy Roman Empire and the state of it. So, my guess is that it didn't matter. In the last decades of the Holy Roman Empire, it was having less and less control over its member states, many of whom became effectively independent. The Holy Roman Emperor, who also ruled the Habsburg Empire, only had direct control over the Habsburg Empire. So his control over the Holy Roman Empire was dependent on how much he could threaten the countries into compliance with his big scary Austrian army. And Prussia and Sweden were not scared of the Austrian army. Prussia defeated the Austrians 3 times in a couple of decades. So it was obvious to all that Prussia was not in any way influenced by the Holy Roman Empire or Austria. Here's where my theory comes in. When Prussia conquered parts of Poland outside the empire, nobody wanted to bother incorporating them into the empire because nobody cared if they were in the empire, because Prussia still had full sovereignty anyway. In its last years, the empire effectively didn't exist from a geopolitical standpoint. But that's just my theory though, of course. But then my entire theory begins to fall apart when you consider that before Prussia became a great power, before Prussia started gaining autonomy from Austria, it still was half in, half out of the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, it still had land in and out. So my theory doesn't explain that. And then the other question is, after the Holy Roman Empire got dissolved in 1806, they re-established it in 1815, but they established it under a different name. They called it the German Confederation. And yet they still decided to allow Austria and Prussia to have land both inside and outside the Holy Roman Empire, despite the fact that they were fully centralized states that were not just one country ruled by 2 different people. I don't understand it. After hours of research, I could not find out why, and I don't know why. Why on earth did the German Confederation just decide to have 2 countries that had land inside and outside of it? If any of you knows or has another theory, then just say it in the comments, please, and tell me if you, I know, somewhat agree with my theory about why Prussia had land inside and outside the Holy Roman Empire, because nobody cared. Thanks for watching, bye.